Hey guys, welcome back to Easel Does It Studio. Today we're going to do a little Halloween something. So I did one off camera just to see if it was going to work, and it did. So this is a 6-piece lantern set. And I UV resined the spider in just to see if I could keep it from running out. And it worked. So I figured I would do the next ones with you on camera. So this one here is, it's got 2 ghosts and 2 little tombstones. And this one is a witch with her little cauldron pot. And this one here is the pumpkin with the trees. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this one. So I think I'm going to do the pumpkins in the orange. Then I'm going to use a different orange to back all 4 of them. And then once they are cured, I'm going to fill these spaces in with black, just to kind of outline what's kind of going on in them, and then we'll put them together. So I also, this is the top and this is the bottom. So I have got my different UV resins out. Obviously I don't have all the colors that I'm going to need. So I'm also going to use my regular UV resin to mix up my own colors. And then we're going to cure them in the light, and then we will back them. So, yeah, that's the plan. Whether this works or not, I don't know. But, oh, hang on here. Let me... Why is my light not coming on? Oh, maybe because the plug isn't all the way in. Let me try that again. There we go. All right. And I do have my long neck lighter so I can pop any bubbles. So the first one we're going to do, because I know I have plenty of white, and this is the hardtite. So I'm going to UV the ghost in. And I'm probably going to end up making some black, because I want the witch to be in black and the cauldron. So I'll do those at the same time I do these. But we'll get the white in and get that cured first. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And just to let you guys know, you know I ordered the wrong gloves. And because of that, my hands are completely broke out. I've got like little water blisters. I don't know if you can see them. Like on every one of my fingers, I have them like in the palm of my hand. So my new gloves should be here tomorrow. If they don't get any better by this weekend, I'm going to have to stop doing epoxy videos for a couple days to give my hands a chance to get back to normal. So if that happens, then I'll be doing some painting videos. So there'll still be content, but it might be a little bit different. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys a heads up. I am trying to get content out every day, but because my hands are just like, they are so itchy, guys. It's crazy. And this one here in the middle, it's like, I just want to dig until it's bleeding, but I'm not. So just giving you a heads up. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to start getting, I'm trying to use as much of the pre-made UV resin that I have because I know it's going to cure better. And let's see. I'm thinking his arms kind of go up this way and this way. Yeah, that kind of looks good. And let's get this little guy in. And then I will take my dotting tool and just kind of make sure that I have it where I want it. Now, I had tried putting a little bit of tape because I was going to use like regular UV resin and do it in a couple pours, but that didn't really seem to work. So, all right, so I'm just gonna move that so that it's kind of, and then when I pour like the final color on, it'll go over the top, so hopefully it's going to be cute. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pop that underneath the UV light. We'll do 3 minutes. I did do this off camera, and this one came out really good. This was the black. Kind of looks gray to me, but, you know, it is what it is. It's UV resin. And, all right, so let me, I'm going to turn my light just, all right, and my electrodes aren't right. There we go. Now the bottom is on. So I'm turning my light just so I can work on this without it curing, because if there's any light coming in, it's gonna cure. So let me, I know I have some little tiny silicone, these little things. So I have red and yellow. So I'm going to try to make an orange, and then I'm going to put some yellow because I want the flames. Oh yeah, and this looks more like a pink than a red, but we'll see. If not, I've got some orange mica powder that we can... I just want to get like an orangey kind of color. And yeah, that's not even remotely close. So let's add a smidgen, and I'm saying a smidgen of orange to that. And we're definitely going to need, we're going to need a bit more. So I'm just trying to build this color up slowly because, oh my gosh, I can't hang on to nothing. You still want it to be translucent. There we go. I think that's going to work. All right. All right, let me take this stick. I just want to make sure that it's mixed up really, really good. And I wanted to use some chunky glitter, but I don't have any chunky glitter. And I don't have any orange. So, you know, it is what it is. I can't have everything. So I'm going to start putting... All right, let me look to see how these flames... because I can always fill those little pieces in with some other color. So, all right, let me get some of this orange in. And I might as well just cure that a little bit more to make sure that it's cured. And I do know that some of this is going to end up mixing with the background orange, but I'm going to try to do it in a different orange so that it kind of stands out, you know, because when I do the pumpkins in orange, that's going to also kind of blend. So I just want to add a little bit of yellow, and I will probably cure this part before I move on. I just kind of want it to look like there's flames. So I want some of that orange and that yellow to mix. All right, so let me pop that in the light, and we're gonna give that a cure. Those are nice and hard now. And I'm gonna move that orange out of the way. All right, that's white, that's the red. I do have black. That's the yellow. And all right, so this is the black, which is what I did with that. So I'm going to get the tombstones in with this color, because it's more of like a gray than a black. So by the time I'm done these, I will definitely probably need to be getting some more UV resin, because this is taking quite a bit. I think I'm gonna leave that because that's not a cross, so I think that's just the tombstone. All right, so let me slide that little guy over so we can put this little guy in. And I am using the double-sided Let's Resin curing light. All right, so this is the color Tangerine. So I'm going to mix some regular UV. I'm going to use the high viscosity because it's a thicker resin. And I'm gonna put a bunch in here because I've got to get this whole pumpkin covered. All right, you know what? I think, let me get a wipe. And I should have gloves on, but I don't, guys, because my hands are, like I said, they're killing me. So I am trying to keep my hands clean, out of the resin. Oh, other than that, all right. And I'm going to wipe that off immediately. So just don't do what I'm doing and wear your PPE, but... and the light is away from my eyes, so there's no problem there. And I'm going to put some of this orange. I thought about using some of the glow-in-the-dark powders, but I don't know. So when I do the orange in the background color, it's going to be more of a transparent. So I think that's going to show up better. So I am going to use the green for the stem. Like I said, we'll kind of see where it goes and what we get, and then we can always adjust on another video. All right. And I apologize for the noise. My husband is mowing the lawn. I didn't realize it was going to be so loud down here, but it is what it is. And then, like I said, once we take this out, then I will embellish like any more areas that I need to embellish to really make this pop. And I got this mold on Amazon, and I will try and remember to put the link, but if I forget, you can always message me or put it in the comments, and I will gladly get it for you. All right, so we have another stem, which I didn't see. All right, so I am going to try and get some of this poured because I think it'll be quicker. So I might have to make up a little bit more, but that's fine. All right, so I'm just gonna drag this. And I don't care if this is completely full because we're gonna back coat this anyways. I just want enough that the color shows through the front, because right now we're doing the back portion. But I don't want it to run down and mix. That was my biggest fear. So if you are new here, my name is Michelle, and I have just started doing YouTube videos. It's been like 4 months. So if you haven't subscribed, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything, and I would appreciate it to help me grow my channel, share me out, all those good things. All right, so this is done. This one, that one's done. Let's get Mr. Pumpkin in, and then we can go back to working on our witch. All right, so we've pretty much got that done, and then whatever I back coat, oh, you know what? There's a little, I didn't even see that little tombstone right there. Well, hang on, I'm gonna cover him in right now. And then I'll pop him back into the light. All right, so slide over there, Mr. Pumpkin. We've got some tombstones coming your way. All right, so I am going to use a purple for the hat, just because, and this is kind of a glittery one, so it will change it up a bit. All right, so we've got some purple, and let's see, we'll do the black. I will do as much as I can with this black. And if I have to make some up, I will. I'm hoping I don't, which would be really cool. You know, I don't know how much these little bottles hold. You think it's, you know, a certain amount, and then you're like, oh wow, that went way further than I thought. So all right, so I'm just making my own where I want her dress to go. You know, I just kind of made my own shape. So you could make that any shape that you wanted. I mean, you could bring that all the way to the edge if you wanted her to have a real flowy dress. Oh my goodness, guys. I had enough black. All right. And let me just... All right, so we're gonna take Mr. Pumpkin out, and we're gonna put our Witchy Witch in. Come on. All right. So that one's done. This one is done. This one is done. I am going to get some tape and clean up. I've got a little bit of overspill, so I'm gonna clean that up. Because that might show through. When we put the orange, and I don't want that. So tape is a good way to get those little bits of whatever you don't want on your mold. Okay, so that one looks good. And had a little, it's got a little something something over here. All right, so that looks good. This one, I gotta get his eyes. And if they're big enough, you can just pick them off with your fingers. You just want to make sure that you're not breaking the surface tension between what you've already got down and what you're doing, because that color will go underneath. Hang on, I've got a couple of little pieces here. All right. Now, let's see how little Witchy Witch is doing. All right, so that is cured. Okay, so I'm going to put you on a pause. I'm going to mix up my resin. I do not know how much this is going to take, because it's a brand new mold. I've never done it. So I'm going to probably mix up way too much. But whatever. We haven't had extras in a while, so I'm just going to move these out of the way over here. So I'm going to use the orange because I used the tangerine. Oh, actually, I'm not even going to use that. I'm going to use a transparent, because when I put the light in, I want the light to be able to show through all of this. So I will get my resin mixed up, and I will be back. We'll color it, we'll fill it in, and we will see what we have. Alrighty, guys, hang on. I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys. So what I did is I made up 8 ounces. I don't know what I'm going to need, but... And I'm using these stupid gloves that are making my hands break out, but it is what it is. All right, so I have not turned my heat mat on yet. This is my heat mat right here. And I have got these T-Rex alcohol inks, and I've never used them. And I've got this orange. It's called Flux Orange. I believe I just got these on Amazon. So because it is such a drastic difference from what our pumpkin and our flames are, I'm like, okay, we're going to try this. Oh, and this has like a shimmer. Oh. Oh, I'm glad I took the time to look to see what I had. This is like a sparkly... And I did not put this through the debubbler. I've got my heat gun out instead. Oh. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to make with extras if I have a ton of extra here, guys. I have not a clue. All right, let me grab a paper towel so we can... kind of test what the orange is going to be. All right, so I think we can put a little bit more. It is, because it's so sparkly. Now, I never used to be a sparkly type person, but in my old age, I am definitely starting to get that sparkly edge. All right, so let's just wipe our stick here and let's test. Yeah, I think that, all right, well, we're gonna put just a little bit more and then we're gonna call that good. All right. So that is the T-Rex. Oh, I got a whole bunch of those colors. Now I want to try every color. I do. So yeah, I have got, oh, there's purples, there's greens, there's reds, there's different blues, there's black and white. All right. So I was going to add a little something shimmery, but I don't think I'm going to because this is really sparkly. All right, so let's just get to pouring here, people. I'm not going to drag this out for 15 years. And I got a little something, something in there. All right, so I'm going to spray these two. We'll get these poured, and then we'll see where we're at. Oh. So I'm trying to convince my daughter to come over. She would like to make a bloom coaster. So I'm trying to get her to come over so that we could do it on a video. Where, you know, she isn't personally going to have to be on the camera. I might be able to get her, so yeah. All right. So I'm going to give that a spritz while we pour the next one. So one took an ounce and a half. So we might be making up some more. I don't know. You know, it's funny that sometimes the thin molds that you're like, oh, it's not going to take that much, takes the most. Have any of you ran into that where you're like, there's no way this can be holding this much resin, and it does. And then I'll take my pokey thing and go around. I just want to get some in all of these if I can. All right. And then, like I said, I will hit this with the heat gun. Oh. So at least with this color, it's just one color. So if I do need to mix up more, but then I'm thinking, do I make the bottom color different? I don't know. If you guys were here, I am sure that you would help me with that process. But, all right, so I've got an ounce left. So I'm definitely going to have to mix up more. These are pretty full, but they could probably take a little bit more just to get them domed. So let me just kind of work out some of these little bubbles with the heat gun so that you guys can see, because I haven't really done a video with, you know, using the heat gun to get rid of bubbles. I don't always think of it. That is my problem. So I'm just trying to dislodge any bubbles I see to kind of get them to the top. And so I do want to make sure that I got as many of these bubbles out before I go ahead and turn that heat mat on. All right, so let's just start with the heat gun and see what we can get popped. All right, so I definitely have a few more in here. The pumpkins look pretty fine. I will take a second look. So I'm just trying to get these to come up to the surface. There's a few in this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish doing these ones so that you can see. And then when I mix up the rest, I won't come back on because obviously you've saw me mix it in. But I do want to put a few little glitter thingies in here. So I'm probably going to have a few bubbles, but this one here is going to be going over my window in my kitchen for Halloween. So if there's a couple of bubbles, I am not too worried about it. I don't know what is up, but Sophie all day long has been like spooked. She is just, she's barking at things that are not there. It's just crazy. All right, so let me see if I can pop whatever bubbles I can see. Get them to the top. So then when I spray them again, they'll maybe pop. All right, so this one is looking pretty good. All right. So instead of just, you know, messing around with this and whatever, I can continue to pick the bubbles out after. So these are some spiders, and these are the glitter spiders that I got. So I'm just going to pop a few in and around into this glitter. So I have witch hats, I've got bats, and the little spiders. And these are holographic. They're not going to really show too much of the holographic because it's not a black background, but I don't know. I just thought this would add a little something something to this project. Come on, I got two spiders stuck together. They're over here wanting to mate. And there we go. Let go. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is not the kind of video we do that on. No, no, no. And I'm hoping they do not float. I don't know, I just thought they'd be kind of cute. Just to add a little something. All right, so let me see. The witch one will do the witch hat. The cemetery will do the bats. So, all right, we can put a couple of each in the pumpkin one. And that way it'll have like a little bit of everything, I guess. All right, I am going to close the cover because when I was playing with a snow globe, I had opened up the witch hats and I dumped it. And I could not figure out why I was getting witch hat glitter upstairs. Well, because I didn't realize it had fallen on the rug. And I was stepping in it. It was getting on the bottom of my feet. And I was bringing it upstairs. So, yeah, I had to vacuum my whole upstairs because I had witch hats everywhere. I'm like, where are these witch hats coming from? I'm like, I didn't even open the resin up here. And then it dawned on me. I came down and I'm like, yeah, it's all over my carpet down here. So, and I still have not found the time to vacuum down here yet. So, yeah. And let's see, we'll stick one right there. And let's get some bats in this one. I'll just sprinkle some throughout. And then I'll kind of place them. You know, and some of these might not show up, but I'm like, we're gonna pop them in and we're gonna see what we can get. Because I thought these would be kind of cute. You know, because I mean, there would definitely be bats at a cemetery, right? With his ghost and... So I found when I use these in snow globes, they are very heavy. They do not float well at all, and they stick together. So if you guys know of any other like bat glitter that is maybe smaller than these that might not stick together, let me know in the comments so that I can get some. And like I said, some of these areas I'm probably going to fill in with black, but I do want to at least have something in there. All right, so we've got the bats. Let's poke these in. I'm trying to move them to the clearer spots, so they'll kind of show up around the pumpkin. And then we can put a few hats, and we'll have a little bit of everything in there. Okay, so let me put the cover on this one, and we're gonna get the witch hats. See how they stick together? So I'm going to put, I have a couple of the hats in this one. So this one has all three of, now I don't even know what side is what on, you know, which one is the front, which one is the back. I have no clue. But we're just going to have a little something of all of it in there. All right. I think that looks pretty good. All right. And I will probably pop some into the top and the bottom. Pop, bubble. You're not going to pop, then you're going to come out of there. All right, I'm not seeing any more lodged. There's a couple little ones in here, but nothing big. So I'll probably give it maybe an hour, and then I will turn my heat mat on just so if there are any bubbles that are going to continue to come up from adding the bats in, that they have time to surface. All right, and I will get some more resin mixed. I will get the next two pieces done, and I will be back for the demold and assembly of this little project here. Come on, there's a few bubbles. All right, let me take my long neck lighter. And just and I'll probably run the heat gun over it one or two more times, but oh, no, stick it in the resin, dummy. All right. So I will be back for the next step, guys. Alrighty, guys, we are back. These are all cured. So let's just get them unmolded and see if I can figure out how to put these things together. And if it needs any embellishment on the other side. So I got a little bit of trimming to do. Right. Maybe I gotta use my knife on this. Yeah, that worked better. All right, that's got something on it. All right, let's get these. This one's definitely got some overflow. A few little bubbles, but nothing too. All right, let's just get these unmolded and then we'll flip them over and see what we have. They unmold really easy. All right. Oh, that's kind of cool. It looks like smoky here. I wish that had been a little bit darker, but I can live with that. So the same on Mr. Spider, but the little holographic spiders came out cool. Yes, there is a difference in the oranges, so that does show. Like I said, I could fill these in with black. I don't know if I'm going to. Oh, these are kind of cool too. This one came out good. A little bubble there, a little bubble there. All right, let's see if we can put this together. Now, there are a few videos out there, and I do know that the bottom piece goes in last because it slides in. So these two got to be the two outside pieces. So let's and I'm gonna have to do a little trimming. Why is that one? And that isn't going to work there because Why are these not fitting? All right, let me see if I can get one to fit. All right, so this one only has 2 attachment pieces. I don't know why everything else has 3. All right. I might have to figure this out off camera, guys, because for some reason mine are not lining up. Oh, there we go. Got one in. Holy stamoli. So, and why? I must have, there's nothing on my, I don't know why I'm, all right, so. So I'd say this one goes on this side. I don't know why I only got 2. All right, where's my pumpkin mold? Because, no, that one's that. The spider, where's my spider? All right, so one of my thingy dings did not fill, so that's going to be a problem. All right, so try to shave this down just a little bit. Let's see if that works. Do it this way. Thank God this one was for me. Ooh. There we go. Got it in there. My word. All right. That one fit good. So, note to self, do not overfill. All right, there's somewhere there's like uncured resin because I keep getting it. Oh, right here. All right. Then the top. All right, let me trim this. I mean, it's not sharp, but there is a little overage, so I'm just trying to Now, whoever makes these molds, if any of the mold companies happen to watch this, you've got to think a little bit better on, like this slides in and out, but you don't leave enough room for the candle. I'm just saying. Sorry, I'm off camera, guys. I'm just trying to shim this down enough that it will fit in. Let's see if I can at least get one side in. All right, we got one in. All right, so all right, that's in. All right, I think because I over poured. This one here is giving me a little bit of a headache. I got some overage there. It ain't quite together. I'm gonna have to fuss with it. But then this, and I have it wrong because this is upside down. Oh my word. Which I'm gonna have to remake this piece here anyways, but I'd like to get it together so you could somewhat see what it looks like. All right, so note, do not overpour any pieces of this. So basically, this is what it's supposed to look like. It's not quite together because I can't get this piece in because I overpoured. So I'm gonna have to sand that down. And I gotta do something with this back one here to get that one in. Oh, I see. I see. Fit in on that side. So let's I mean, if I have to, I will just cut one of these nibs off and glue the box. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh my word. I've had nothing give me a headache quite like this thing. Oh, wow. All right, now. We did it. Holy stamoli. Wow, is that a workout, guys? So yeah, so this is our little box. So it's definitely, it's gonna have to get glued, but yet you need to be able to take the sides off to get the top in. So you can only glue some of the pieces because, let's see, if we put the candle, all right, let me shut my overhead light off. And hang on, I got some a little bit bigger candles. Let me try one of these. Now that I somewhat know how to work this stupid thing. So I guess I could glue the whole thing because then you can just slide that in like that. So that does, except for you have to turn the light on, Michelle. Yeah, that would help tremendously. So if you kind of just guide it up and then slide it in. So I'm going to glue this whole thing. But yeah, so that is, it's kind of what the box looks like. So I will get some pictures, and then you could also drill a hole through there and put like a string so you could hang it, which I think is what I'm going to do after I get it all glued. But I don't know. I'm actually thinking if we put black in there, but then, I don't know, I think it's going to take away from it. Yeah, we're just going to leave it. So, I do, where is my twine? Let me see if I can find my twine real quick. Let me put you on a pause and see if I can find my twine. Alrighty, guys, I glued it together and I put a string on it. So I can hang it. So it's all glued. It's, you know, it's still wet, so I'm just going to leave it, let that cure, and I will get some final photos. Thanks, guys. I'll see you on the next one.